No shiny tools can solve your data issue if the foundations are not right. You see, data are not meant to be perfect, but you can optimize data for its return of investment. And the key thing there is data strategy. The key to unlocking your company's growth is really through data by design. Hello guys, this is May, your wondering boss. Today I will be talking about the 3 key common mistakes companies make about their data. Number 1 is really more so on the data strategy. Now, what I mean by data strategy is really understanding the reason why you even have a business. What is the key reason why you build your business? Understanding your why will actually help you understand what are you gonna do with your data. Because data is not just an afterthought, which is one of the common mistakes about company. They thought that, oh, that's okay, we will need this strategy once we've got the data, and maybe it will just go and solve by itself. But here's the thing, the moment you know that you have a business, okay, we need to gather and get some customers, the revenue is coming, but then how would I know that for one, they are good customers? And that takes data. How are we acquiring our data to begin with? Well, you need to have a form so that you can bring it to your website, and then customers can actually type in all their information, and that in itself is data. That's where the data strategy starts, from the acquisition of your data to bringing it into the company where you maintain their data, however you transform it so that it can be consumed by the business, the executive, the main stakeholders in the company to drive decision making for your business operation, or what's going to be the future for the company, or how the company is performing to begin with. So that in itself is very important, that if you really want to grow and really to thrive in your business, then think of data strategy as the main thing of your business, the same as you thinking about designing your product and acquiring customers. And that in itself, acquiring customers, is you need to have data to begin with. You need to do your research, and that in itself is data. So number 1 is really the lack of data strategy. And in order to turn that around, you really need to start thinking data as a commodity and not as an afterthought. The second mistake is really on the technology front. What I mean by that, I hear a lot of startup companies, or even the big companies like the worth of billions company or worth of millions, for example, that hey, it's okay, we can just get this sophisticated, the best tool in town, and all our data issues will go away. Well, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but no tools, no shiny tools can actually solve your data issues if from the onset of acquiring your data is already problematic. You see, rubbish in, rubbish out. You cannot get the most out of your data. You cannot get the return of investment about your data if you don't get the foundation right. Third, but not the least, is the data culture. You see, you really need to have a culture where data is at the center of your operation. It's data centricity. What I mean by that, if your executive do not see the value of data strategy, then you can only just pray that your data issue will go away. Unfortunately, that is not the case. And also, every time you produce data, you need to understand how to make sense of your data. And without the data culture of understanding what actually data means, you could easily make a decision that is going to put your business out of bus. So having a data culture, understanding how to govern your data, how to acquire your data from top to bottom, not just from bottom to up, meaning from the executive level, they understand why it's important in investing in making sense of your data and even visualizing your data. You cannot make sense of your data if your data quality is absolutely bonkers. And without that culture, that at entry point you really need to get your data right, rather than doing a lot of business process and overly complicated business process and then turn your data into, well, it does not make sense because it will flow through your business intelligence and in your insight. You cannot make a decision if multiple truths appear from different reports or from different insights from different teams. So that in itself is building a data culture where let's get it right firsthand from the left-hand side, where we acquire the data and flow it through the entire life cycle so that we can make the right decision for our business. Those are the 3 key common mistakes companies make about the data. Until next time, I hope you find this helpful. As always, go now in love